And since we have taken care of our cantilever too, let's delete this guide. So the next thing we are going to take care of now is this place now, which is a terrace around here, and we have handrails here. And for our ground floor, there should be an handrail around here. And for the cantilever, we should have handrail around the cantilever. So we'll take care of all those now. So if we measure this for the ground floor now, this guide here now won't go down straight. We'll delete this guide. So the next thing is for this guide won't go up straight. We'll delete this guide here now, and we'll match properties to this point and this point to show that those are the places we'll be seeing. That's why we are giving it a line thickness, to show that it is what we'll see first. So the next thing is bring our handrails. So I think, let me measure this. This is 2.3. Let me see what I have here. 3.6. That should be somewhere around here. That should be enough for me, and should allow like 1.2 for the step into this entrance here. So it's okay for me to copy this. So that is okay for me to copy this. So the next thing is for the cantilever, the wheels for the cantilever. Let me measure this. The cantilever is 3 meters. So I think this should also be 3 meters. So this is 3 meters. I can copy this. And place it somewhere around here. So the next thing again, take care of this side. To show that this is a cantilever, my cantilever part. So the next thing again is for this cantilever part now, I should have an handrail here also. So let's measure. $600 to that point. Copy. This is 600. So let's copy this. And place it somewhere around here. I'll leave it that way. So at this point, let's show that, okay, we are having our slab here, because we'll be seeing that. So we can trim this away and do match properties. To somewhere, to this, and this. So we trim away the unnecessary part of it. Trim away this and this. and this. So the next thing we are going to do now is we take care of our beam here now, the entrance beam we have here. We'll take care of it, and just like we did 900 around here, we are doing 900 for this point too now. So we'll do 900, offset 900 downward. And we trim these parts, and we trim this part because we'll not be having it at this point, so we'll trim that away. Ctrl Z, trim only this point. So let's trim away inside this. So let's delete this away, and the next thing we are going to do now, match properties to this point, this, and to this ground point here. So we can delete this inner portion away because we are merging our columns together. So the next thing we are going to do now is trim away the extending part of this point. So we do the same thing for this part. And now let's take care of our aesthetic column. So we are going to add something like brick to it. We are going to add something like brick to this point now. So we just trim this away, trim this point away, and trim this point away, and draw that for this, bring it forward. So let's try and create layer for something like that. Let's say column brick, and let's give it something like this, layer, and click OK. So we'll come to arch, and okay, this is set to brick already, so we have brick. If your own is not set to brick, make sure you set to brick, and the scale should be 10. So let's just pick this, and we have that now. So since we have that, we can select this, go back to home, and give it a layer of column brick, and we have that. So the next thing we are going to do is we trim away the unnecessary part of the lines. So we don't need all these lines at the top again. So let's delete all this. So the next thing we'll do now is we'll bring our roof on top of it. Copy this. Before we do that, we draw a line to this point here now. A straight line to this point here. Or let's just pick this point. From here to this point, we need 300. So the next, since our concrete fascia is 600, so we just offset from this point 600 to this side. And that's 300 from this point to this point. So we pick our roof from this point and place it somewhere around here. So before we continue, we'll delete what is at the top here. And we'll click the copy command. Pick it from this point and place it on this point here. Do Ctrl Z again. Let's just move it down since it is closer so that it will not overlay what we have on the top. Move from this point here, put it on this point, and MA, this is going backward, this is at the back. So the next thing we are going to do now is offset from this point here 450 downward to raise, to give our foundation level for our building, and trim all this away. And trim this away. So you draw a line, somewhere around here, or let's just say draw a line let's just say 50 mm from that point, and bring it down to this point, trim away this and this. Use your match properties to put this on the same layer. So the next thing we want to do again is put a base for our column here now. So to do that now, we check what is the distance from this point to this point. So we'll just come here to our ground floor and draw our X line. Since we already have the plan for the base, vertical, select this and this, this and this. So all we just do is select this point and this point, and we trim away this and this and this and this, trim away this and this. So let's do extend to that point and extend to that point. So trim away, do your match properties now. This and this. And after that, your draw order for this. Bring it to the front. And from here now, we can now have step offset 150 for our riser height. Bring it down. Bring it down again, 150. So for this point here now, just draw a line from this point downward and trim it. So we break this point here and select this and this and put it on the tail layer. So select this now and change our line width to 0.30. Use your trim command and trim this away. So and match properties of this into this point here. So we'll do the same thing, but before we do that, just draw an arbitrary line at somewhere around here, and you can offset it 3 meters. Sorry, let's draw the line from the edge of the cantilever and offset it 3 meters. So we can do break command now. Break this, 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 break this, this, trim this away. MA, match this to this point here. So we have that now, and you can just make a simple design on this column base. Let's look for something we can put there to make a simple design. Okay, we can copy this, pick it from the center, and put off your auto. So look for the midpoint of this. For the midpoint of this. Place it somewhere around here. So we can copy this now and select this edge here and paste it somewhere around there, and I think this is looking better now. So with this now, we are done with our front elevation of the building. This is what we'll be having for the front elevation of the building. This same principle is what you apply for this left side of the elevation. Just rotate your plan 90 degree the way you rotated this roof plan 90 degree. Same thing for the rest of the elevation. So, and you apply the same process here. So in the next video, I would have done my other elevation, other building elevation. So you can use that to compare your results to mine.